podcast, Real Estate Insider, where America goes for funding. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a Thursday night, and every Thursday we do our talk with Angelo live. To tune in, check in, see what's going on with the real estate market, credit, all the loans, everything that's going on. And obviously, you guys can ask your questions. I talk about new things that are happening in the finance and real estate market. We're a direct nationwide commercial residential lender. Call or text our office 832-431-6331. It's where America goes for funding, guys. So I'm going to be talking about a few things tonight, and then obviously you guys can talk about the things that you want to discuss. If you have any questions, hit me down below. We can answer those questions for you. So I'm going to go over a few things I want to talk about tonight. Some of the things that are changing with the short-term rental market, the way that the appraisal evaluations are done with Air DNA. That's a big thing I want to discuss tonight. That's a huge thing. New program that's rolled out, investor no doc loan with only 15% down for long-term financing. That's a new product that I want to talk about. We have one program that we just came out with, 1 year self-employed. You only have to be 1 year self-employed and you can get a loan now. So you don't need 2 years of self-employment. That's another program, new program that just came out. And then also a no documentation second mortgage line of credit that we offer on primary and investment property. So those are the things I'm going to be discussing tonight. And again, if you have questions, feel free to ask me, whatever's on your mind. I'm going to be talking about these things. And then, like I said, we have our channel. We have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. We've been doing lending for over 2 decades. We got, I think, like over 133 different loan programs. We lend nationwide. We do both commercial, residential, hard money, conventional, everything. So, we are, the lending hub, the source for finance here in America. And we work, extremely difficult and diligent to serve and get those products, get the funding, do whatever it takes to make it happen. So if we can help you with any type of loan products, get your deal funding, call or text us 832-431-6331. Don't forget to like the bell, subscribe, enable notifications, share this with everybody out there, that's looking to, learn about real estate and funding and loans and everything like that. So appreciate all the help and the support. So first thing I want to talk about is this our new investor program that we have. Normally, when you do an investment property, you're normally looking at doing 20% down. Some banks require 25% down. That's kind of the norm in the industry. It's full documentation. They check your income, they check the property cash flow, and they're pretty tough deals to get. Now, one of the things that we specialize in is investment properties. And we work with investors all over the country, all different types of deals. And one of the programs that we just rolled out that we're a big fan of is our investor no documentation long-term 30-year fixed loan DSCR. You don't need 25% down. You don't need 20% down. All you need is 15% down, and you can purchase your property. There are some requirements, obviously, for this program. I'm going to talk about that. You have to have at least a 680 or higher credit score. You have to at least own your primary residence. You can be a first-time investor, but you have to own your primary residence. You can close in LLC. You can close in your personal. You get a 30-year fixed mortgage rate. So, but no income, no tax returns, no W-2s, no pay stubs needed for you. You do have to have your down payment plus at least 6 months of reserves. Now, reserves are the monthly mortgage payments that have to be in the account. So if the payment's $1,000 a month, you have to have at least $6,000 in the bank on top of the down payment. Now, you can get closing costs included. The seller can pay the closing costs, or you can put the closing costs into the loan up to 6% to cover your closing costs. But it's cool because you don't need 20% down anymore. You don't need 25% down. Hey, what's going on, Giovanni? Thank you. I appreciate you for watching the show on the channel, my man. So, yeah, you only need 15% down. You can buy single family. You can buy up to 4 units, multifamily. Awesome program though. Up to a $2 million loan. So, and like I said, there, you don't even have to have a job. You put 15% down, and they don't check any income on you. 30-year fixed mortgages on those programs are starting like at 7.5, 8% rate right now. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you for watching. So, so that's the investor program with a 15% down. That program is available nationwide right now. Giovanni, it says 30 years max on the loans. Actually, Giovanni, we have loans up to 40 years too. And you can do interest only too on 40, a 40-year amortization, 10-year interest only period. Right now, the longest is 40. Um, there is some chatter about 50-year loans. I've even heard of a 100-year loan program. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it. The longest I've seen is 40. So most loans, the longest is 30. So yeah, could you imagine a 100-year loan program? Who knows, right? Maybe one day. So that's the investor 15% down. The other thing, and that's a new program that just came out February 2024. And then we have another program coming out that I'm really excited about, the 1 year self-employed. So, and I can't believe, it's amazing some of the stuff that we do. It still blows my mind, everything that we offer. But normally when you're buying a house and you're getting a loan, you have to have 2 years of self-employed taxes, 2 years of income. That's just a straight up, requirement. I don't care where you go or who you are, So, um, so now what's really cool that I like is you just have to be 1 year self-employed. I have a loan. I have a lot of equity. Can't qualify for financing. Okay, Penny. Penny. Call or text us. I'd love to talk to you about it. So one of the things that we're the masters of is, create, loan structure, figuring out stuff, solving things. Um, Reach out to us 832-431-6331, and then we can sit down with you and talk about it to see what we can do to figure it out. I feel confident that we can figure something out. Just let me take a look at it, see what you got. Call or text us, and we'll go through it to figure it out. So yes, we do both. We underwrite and we keep some loans, and we also sell some loans. It depends how we feel about the loan. But regardless if we sell the loan or not, the terms don't change. Once you sign the loan agreement, the terms never change, whether we keep the loan or not. The servicer, um, has no influence on the terms of the loan. Servicing and origination is two different worlds. A loan servicing is a completely different world than the originator. And we do keep some loans. We sell some loans. It just depends on capital, liquidity, product. But regardless if we sell the loan or not, you're always your terms of your loan never change. They always stay the same no matter what. It's a good question though. Um, anyway, uh, for this 1 year self-employed, you just have to be self-employed for 1 year. So let's say that now there are some, obviously there's restrictions, there's requirements. I want to talk about this. So and the most important thing on this is, it's for people that were in the same line of work but then started their own business. That's what we mean by 1 year self-employed. So let's say that you're a chef at a restaurant that you work for as a W-2 employee, and then you started your own restaurant and you've owned that restaurant for a year. Well, then you're eligible, for the 1 year self-employed loan. Okay. So this is not for somebody that was, a chef and then now they're, you know, a doctor, or they are chef, and then now they became a truck driver for 1 year. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is you have a continuity of, you know, same line of work, but now you're self-employed for at least a year. And we see it a lot where, like, we see a lot in the trucker industry, where somebody worked for a company as a truck driver. They worked for FedEx or whatever, and they drove truck, and then now they have their own rig, and they have had that for a year. Well, you can now get a loan through us with just 1 year of self-employment, as long as you have same industry for 2 years, but 1 year self-employed. Now there are requirements. You have to have at least a 720 credit score. We'll go and you can do a purchase, cash out, refinance. Maximum is $2 million loan, up to 80% loan to value. That means that if you're buying, you have to put 20% down. If you're refinancing, we can give you a cash out up to 75% of the value of the property. So you can use your bank statements. You don't need tax returns, no tax returns. You can use your bank statement, your profit and loss statement, or whatever you have. But it's a really strong program because a lot of people, they transition. They know they're in the industry that they are in as an employee. They learn it, and they become self-employed. They open up their own business. So 1 year self-employed, guys. You know anyone that's self-employed and they're stuck, they're trying to get a home loan, we're the self-employed expert, the self-employed guru. So reach out to us, 832-431-6331. Let us see what we can do to help you. So that's that. The next thing I want to talk about is the HELOC, the second uh, lien no doc HELOC. I know that's a lot of acronyms, but we actually have this program now, second lien, not a first lien. You can do it on a primary residence or an investment property, or even a second home, and with no tax returns, just with your bank statements. And you can get a line of credit up to $400,000. You do have to have at least a 720 credit score, but if you're looking for a line of credit up to 400K, and you don't have taxes, you don't have pay stubs, you have W-2s, but you have bank statements, then there's an opportunity you're in, and you can get a line of credit. The thing I like about the line of credit, obviously, versus a mortgage, is you don't have to pay interest because you're only using the money that you borrow. Then you'll pay interest on that. Interest rates on these are starting at 9%. They go up from there, but it's a second lien and no taxes. And remember, you're only, if you get a $400,000 credit line, but you don't borrow, then you're not paying interest. Now, and we have them at 15 years and 20-year terms. You can do interest only, no prepayment penalty, no PMI. It's an awesome product. You do have to have at least a 720 credit score, but you know it's a very good program for people that don't have the tax returns. We're a big fan of it, and you can do that on primary residence, or investment property, or second home. But that's a really, really good program too, up to 400K. The minimum loan amount is 150, and then yeah, I mean you can pay it off whenever you want. You can borrow from it whenever you want. So really, really cool program, and that's available now too, by the way. And then lastly, what I wanted to talk about um, was short-term rentals. That's a huge market. Turn into several $100 billion industry. And one of the things that we rolled out that we really like, it's something called AirD. Hey, great one. Do you have a program where you take it first and second out at the same time? Yeah, yeah. That's called a combo loan. Yeah, combo loan is pretty popular. Where let's say you want to buy a property for $1 million, we'll give you, it's 80 10 10 or 90 10 10 or 80 10 5. So where we give you a first and second mortgage, and then that way you don't have to pay mortgage insurance. Yeah, that we have that. In fact, we can go up to, depending on where you're located at. I mean, you could go up to, I mean, just depending on where you are in the country, up to 1.6 million with only 5% down. That's for like L.A. County, Orange County stuff. Most of the rest of the country is like 1.2 million with only 5% down on a purchase. On a refinance, obviously you don't have to put a down payment. But yeah, it's totally doable. Yeah, Illinois is possible up to one. Yeah, we can do it. Do I have to keep FHA loan? No, you don't have to keep an FHA loan. You can refinance out of any product. You can refinance in a conventional. Um, you know, you don't have to stay with an FHA loan. That's optional. But anyway, going back to this AirDNA thing, I like it because they're using online data to determine the market rents, versus you get an appraisal, um, for your rental income analysis. So let's say, let me give an example. Let's say you want to buy a property in Destin, Florida, you know, resort area, destination location. It's vacant, and you want to do short-term rentals. You think you can make 10 grand a month, but normally when you buy a property, you have to already have it leased. On this program with the short-term rentals, obviously you're not going to have a long-term lease because you're doing, Airbnb or VRBO. So the AirDNA analysis will tell us what the rental income is, to make sure that it's going to support the loan. So if we do that lookup and AirDNA says, well, the rental income is 12,000 a month, well, that's a lot higher than what you projected. So you can get less money down, a lower interest rate by using the AirDNA program. The biggest thing is, when you're doing short-term rentals, it's got to make sense. It's got to be in a location that justifies short-term rentals. You're not going to do this in a very rural area with a population of 800 people that nobody can get to. That's not going to be good for Airbnb or for short-term rentals. You're going to want to do it in a place like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Destin, San Diego, whatever, Hawaii, somewhere where you can actually justify it. You can contact us at 832-431-6331. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's kind of the summary of what we're talking about on all these things. We're nationwide commercial residential lender. Whatever we can do to help you, don't be a stranger. Reach out to us, call us, text us, whatever we can do to help you to get you the financing. That's why we're here as your direct nationwide lender. Call or text my office if we can help, 832-431-6331. You can go to our website, Official Angelo Christian, or on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You can check it all out. We've been serving America for over 2 decades, 100% legit, real deal, open 7 days a week. We work with you to figure it out, to come up with a game plan to get it done. So, got a lot of different programs out there. So, whatever we can do to help you to take your life to the next level, scale and grow, that's why we're here. So, um, but yeah, you can check out our YouTube. We have like literally over 1,600 videos. I mean, we have all kinds of information on there to educate you, empower you, get you the knowledge, the information on helping you to get the funding. Because that's what we do. We push, we work really hard to come up. A lot of brokers easiest after looking at credit. Wow, I'm looking at someone who give me an absolute yes. Absolutely, I agree with you. I agree with you what you're saying. And we're not a broker too, by the way. We're a direct lender. So we're gonna advise you on the best possible programs. what's available, based on your situation, and obviously what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, and then lay out that roadmap for you. And you may not be ready right now. It may be a path that you got to go down. It may take some time. I don't know. But we want to help you to figure it out and make it happen and get it done. You're 100% correct. A lot of brokers that you probably talk to are lazy and they don't want to do it. But we'll do it. So that's the difference. That's how we're different. Is that we put in the effort, we care, and we'll do whatever we can. Now we can't pull a rabbit out of our hat and do everything, but I mean we're going to come up with a plan that is going to get you on the right track, and you have my word on that. That's something I promise. So, um, anyway, I appreciate everyone watching the show and the channel. Hope you all have a great weekend. Take care with your families. If we can help with anything, call or text my office, 832-431-6331. Y'all take care. We love you. Stay strong. Keep going. Watch the channel. Subscribe, like the bell, or whatever we can do, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Peace out. Bye-bye.